Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Clear the Ice. I'm your host, Mike Lauro, and woo, Flyers lose again in overtime. Tell me if you saw this story before. Travis Konecny in overtime goes down, shoots the puck at the net, either hits it or doesn't hit it. Then all of a sudden turns around and they go right back down. The opposing team goes right back down the ice and scores. Tell me if you haven't seen that, because guess what? That's the same thing that happened just on Saturday when they lost to the LA Kings. Same thing. Flyers, I just said it over on the Final Word with Matty B. Lifeless tonight. Flyers offense, lifeless. They just, they got lucky to score in the last minute. They had to pull Dan Vladar, who I thought had a great game tonight. My three guys for the Flyers tonight that I felt had a very good game tonight, which was, Michkov. I thought Michkov played a very, very strong game. Also, I think, Drysdale and Trevor Zegras all played very well tonight. And if you're trying to get us over on YouTube, I'm sorry, not YouTube, Facebook, it's been acting up, so I will try to keep getting it on there for you guys as we go along. But Flyers do lose 2-1 tonight. They're in, at home tonight. They get 2 weeks off before they have to, get ready to go and do this on the Olympic break. Which, by the way, the Flyers only have three guys going to the Olympic break, and Vladar's one of them. So they kind of put it out there. They had a little ceremony for him tonight. And I also got to bring up, too, Lauren Hart. Was it me, or did she sound really off tonight with doing the national anthems of O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner? Usually Lauren is dead on, and she's one of the best anthem singers in the country. And tonight she sounded off. My wife even turned around and looked. I said, "Oh, cool, Lauren's doing it." And my wife was like, I was like, "Oh, cool, she's doing it." My wife listens. She's like, "Man, she don't sound good." I actually had to play something back from a few years ago when she did her duet with Kate Smith. And then she's like, "Okay." But Joe Hale checking in says, "Hey, everyone." Says, "Horrible loss." Joe, listen, you were on Matty B's show talking when that was on. I'll tell you what. Travis Konecny, you're one of the stars on this team. And I said it on Matty's show. Okay? He's got to put the puck in the net. Like, I'm sorry. This dude, he's bad. Like, they should think about really, really trading him. I'm done with the Travis Konecny. By the time they get good, I think Matty has a point with Konecny. By the time they are ready to start winning and winning a lot, he's not going to be good. He said Michkov looked better. Okay. Joe said, they said Lauren Hart was sick on the radio. Okay, well, then that kind of explains it, because, man, she sounded off doing that. So, all right, guys, we're going to get to the nuts and bolts of this game. Only 3 goals scored in this game tonight. Nick Cousins at the 9:55 mark of the second period would excuse me again. Sorry, guys. Nick Cousins from Pinto and Amadelio would do a wrist shot that would get by Dan Vladar. Dan Vladar was very, very well in this game. Played very well tonight, and he did not deserve the outcome that he got. But they would beat Dan Vladar with about just under 10 minutes left to go in the second period, so almost halfway through the second period, giving Ottawa a 1-0 lead. And that 1-0 lead would stay until about a minute 15 seconds left to go in the third period, when Jamie Drysdale from Bobby Brink and Trevor Zegras would tie it up on a wrist shot, and it was a beauty. And I want to give a little special props too to Owen Tippett. Owen Tippett completely shielded Reimer. Reimer did not see that puck. That was very good placement by Owen Tippett. It's a shame he didn't get nothing there. But it would stay that way. And then 47 seconds into overtime, again, Travis Konecny missing a shot down the far end. Brady Tkachuk gets it, passes it up to Stuzy, and Tim Stuzy would put the puck in the net at the 47-second mark. And of course, there was some stuff said afterwards that got Vladar a little fired up in this game. Your stars, 3 stars for this game, was number 3, Thomas Chabot, defenseman. They just gave him the 3rd star. Second star was Dan Vladar. His goals against average was a 2.01. Save percentage, 926 save percentage tonight. And of course, Stuzel will get the number 1 star because he gets the game winner. So there are your 3 stars for the game. We're going to take a little trip right now. I'm going to take a little trip around the NHL for tonight and get you guys all caught up on. There's only 7 games tonight. So right now, in the Battle of Florida, not really so much of a battle. The defending Stanley Cup champions are getting smoked in Tampa right now. It is 5-0 Lightning. Ooh, that was rough. Golden Knights and Kings are just underway in Vegas right now. It is no score. Penguins 5-2 winners over the Sabres tonight. It was the Islanders beating the Devils 3-1. It was the Hurricanes shutting out the Rangers 2-0. And of course, the Senators beating the Flyers. So your up-to-date standings in the Eastern Conference. Your 3 teams in the division right now. Carolina leads overall in the Eastern Conference. They are number 1 right now with 78 points. They are in first place in the Metropolitan Division. Tampa Bay in first place of the East of the Atlantic with 76 points, followed by the Montreal Canadiens at 72, the Detroit Red Wings also with 72, and then it goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins with 70, the New York Islanders with 69 points, and right now, Buffalo, your 2 wildcard teams right now are Buffalo Sabres with 70 points, the Boston Bruins with 69 points, and your Flyers are now 8 points behind a playoff spot. That's right. It is starting to widen up here as you take a look as the Flyers are in 8th place in the wild card ranking right now. So if you're looking at it, they're pretty much 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They are tied for 13th right now with the Florida Panthers, 2 points behind Ottawa and Toronto, 4 points behind Columbus and Washington, and they are literally 8 points behind Boston, 9 points behind Buffalo right now as you take a look at that. Western Conference, only thing I can say is right now in the Central, you have the Colorado Avalanche leading that division right now. Minnesota in second with Colorado with 83 points. Minnesota with 78 points. Dallas right behind them, 77. Then you have the Pacific Division, which it's kind of a crapshoot, but the top 3 teams there are Vegas with 66 points, Edmonton with 64 points, and Seattle with 63. Your 2 wildcard teams in the West right now are the Utah Mammoth with 64 points, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks with 63 points, and literally from your 3rd wildcard team, or your number 3 of the wild cards right now is LA with 60 points, Nashville with 59, San Jose with 58, Chicago 53, Winnipeg, last year's Winnipeg Jets, who led all of hockey with 52. They're tied at 7th right now with the Calgary Flames with 52 points. The St. Louis Blues with 49, and the Vancouver Canucks bringing up the rear in the Western Conference right now with those points. So All right. Ah, man. Whoo. Uh, he said, I'm watching NFL Honors. Roger Craig got inducted to the Hall of Fame. It's about time. Roger Craig was a good back. So, guys, be on the lookout in our socials. Also, my mock 2. I dropped a mock last week. I dropped another one. The first one I got a lot of heat on. It's really funny, by the way. I dropped a mock, and my first mock got a lot of heat because there was only one offensive lineman, and it was the kid from where the hell was it? Where's it at? I can tell you right now. Oh, it was Logan Jones. It was the only guy I had on my mock at that point, but it was just the way that this draft fell. This one, I got a ton of offensive linemen for the Eagles. I got a ton. I got a tight end late. Got me an edge rusher and a pretty damn good one. And my ratings for these draft pick was and averaged out to about an A-. So I kind of like what I seen. I'm going to put it up later on. It'll be on our socials. I'm going to put it up on our. I'll put it up on our. Whatchamacallit. I'll probably send it over to Al or whoever, or Maddie or whoever wants to put it up on the It's a Wrap Sports page. But I will tag It's a Wrap on my own TikTok and other media. It's already up on my Facebook if you guys want to take a look at that mock. So, but again, getting back to this Flyers game tonight, they lose 2-1. They get 2 weeks off now to go to the Olympic break. Thank God, only 3 Flyers are going to the Olympics, so that's awesome. We'll let them go, let them have fun. Vladar is one of them. Hopefully he does not get hurt. So I think he's playing for Latvia. So again, we will see you guys. I will see you guys basically when that picks up, with the exception of, that's right, when I join Al on Sunday morning as we get you ready for Super Bowl Sunday. I got my bets locked in. I got them. If you didn't watch Props, Locks, and Parlays on Tuesday night, I have them. I'm actually going to go back in and see if any of these props actually got better or worse. I know as of Tuesday, my 2 scores, I did one for the Patriots. I did one for Seattle. Seattle, 31-25, pays out 1,001. If you take New England, winning 31-24, pays out 300-1. So I've had some other ones. We're going to sit there and go through that as well as well as all the drama going on with the Eagles, all the drama that's going on with this Flyers team, what the Sixers did and didn't do in the trade deadline. So here is our schedule. As you can see, tomorrow it's just Philly Friday Frenzy with Al, and then you get me and Al on Saturday. Will be a best of. It'll be running concurrently all week. So if you missed any of our shows, I strongly suggest find out when Props, Locks, and Parlays are on there. Give it a watch, man. I actually I got some real good ones for you, and I want to actually see if they've gone up or gone down. Like I said, I'll let you know on Sunday. We are the only show on Sunday. So we'll get you ready for the Super Bowl. As Matty has told you guys, he will not be back until Monday night. So, again, guys, Flyers lose 2-1 in overtime. They do get a point in this one, but they got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of catching up. Hopefully this break gets them away, and they can go and come back at the end of the month, because it's going to be hellacious at the end of this month for the Flyers. Just to give you guys a heads up on just who the Flyers have at the end of the month. It's crazy. Excuse me. When they come back February 25th, so they are off for 20 days. They go to Washington to play the Capitals. Then the very next day, they do back-to-back road games. They play at Washington on the 25th. The 26th, they are up in Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. They come home to play the Bruins on the 28th. And then March 2nd, they go to Toronto. Flyers are home for the Mammoth on March the 5th. 2 days after that, March 7th, they go to Pittsburgh. March 9th, the Rangers come to town. And then March 11th, you have actually March 11th and the Capitals come to town March 11th to play the Flyers. Flyers go to Minnesota on March 12th. So that's a back-to-backer. right there. Then they get a day off before hosting the Blue Jackets on the 14th. They get St. Patty's Day off before they do a West Coast trip where they will play the Ducks, the Kings back to back, 18th and 19th. And then on the 21st, they go play San Jose. Before returning home March 24th to take on the Blue Jackets. Flyers will also host March 26th. So a month from when they come back, they will have the Blackhawks. They make their trip to Detroit. My team that I am taking in the West, I've been saying it all year, the Dallas Stars make their trip to Philadelphia March 29th. March 31st, the Flyers go into Washington. So that's how the month of March will end up as we get closer to from when they come back. So that sounds like a pretty tough stretch, but you know what, Joe? I believe the trade deadline. Hold on, I can find out for you. Hold on. I usually kind of circle that, man. There it is. March 6th. March 6th at 3 p.m. is your NHL trade deadline. So make sure you guys circle that because I want to see who's getting moved. Hopefully, I'd like to see them kind of finish this rebuild a little bit. If they don't, who cares if they make the postseason right now? They're not a Stanley Cup contender. So what's the big deal if you get to go for a week or two? So really, like, who cares? So I'm not looking forward to any of that. I don't want to see them make the playoffs just so they can get smoked in 4 or 5 games. You know, I want them when they make the postseason to actually make the postseason and be able to make a run at this. So, again, guys, Flyers lose in overtime 2-1. They will be back in roughly about 20 days when they will come back to take on the Capitals and the Rangers in the back-to-back. I just read you off their schedule basically for a month. They got a hellacious schedule when they come back, so they got to get moving. And they got to get ready for the NHL trade deadline as well. I will see you guys bright and early Sunday morning as me and Al will get you ready for the Super Bowl, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Again, Flyers lose in overtime. We saw same story as it was last Saturday. Miss a shot on net or don't put the puck in the net, team goes right back down the ice and scores. Hopefully they can get better and hopefully soon. All right, guys, you have a great night, and I will see you guys Sunday morning. Mike Lauro, I am out.